Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to bandwidth test. So the laptops that ResNet has that you'll be able to use for bandwidth testing, there's 3 of them in total. So you'll be able to tell based on the covers of the laptops. They have a little orange sticker on them that says BW. So these are the laptops that have the software that enable us to bandwidth test. So when you have a shift, make sure you pick up one of these laptops to use. So there's 3 main files we're going to be using throughout the course of the testing. There's the test alias copy, the bandwidth spreadsheet, and then the actual test suite. So the test alias copy is where the automation program actually spits out the results for the testing. So I'll give you a quick example. So down here you can see it has all the timing values for the different websites we have to load and as well as the speed tests. So the bandwidth spreadsheet is where we log the values, and we also include our names, the time that we did the testing, the residence we tested at, the MAC address of the AP, etc., etc. We'll get into that in a little bit. So lastly, like I said, we use a testing suite called Katalon Studio to perform the automated testing. So all the computers that have the testing software on them all look the same with regards to these files. They'll all have the Katalon icon at the bottom, so it should be the uniform experience across all of them. So to get started, you can just go ahead and click on the Katalon Studio and wait for this to boot up. So when you first boot up Katalon, sometimes it may ask you to log in with an account. I made a specialized account for ResNet for this purpose. So on all the computers inside the notes, there's actually a little thing here that, do you want to accept? Yes, you can just press allow here. So this is the account information in case it does ask you to log in. It's located on all of the laptops, so you don't have to worry about that. And typically what it should do is boot right into the test case that I wrote for this purpose. Just gotta give it a second here. Okay, so this is what your screen would look like when the test suite loads successfully. Sometimes it may load up and it may not have it loaded. So if that were to happen, you may be greeted with a screen like this. And to find the actual test, what you do is you'd go in the top, you'd press File, Open Project, and then on the desktop, you go into the bandwidth testing folder and you click on Katalon bandwidth test, and then you just click open. It's the same across all the laptops once again. So you just press open, and then you go into this test cases directory and just double click on test case 1. So if you want to actually look at the code behind the testing, if you're curious, it's all inside this little script tab here. So this is all the code that we use, but to actually run the test, all you have to do is press this play button. So it's going to think for a bit. It's going to load up Firefox. And the only thing left you have to do for the testing component is when it first starts up for the very first time, it's going to redirect to the download page for an ad blocker because it wipes it every time you run the actual test case. So what's going to happen is it's going to automatically press on this button for you in just a sec. And then all you have to do is press add, press OK, and then it's good to go. So it's going to wait 10 seconds, and then it's going to start the actual testing. So as you can see, it's going through all the testing. In the meantime, while it's testing, I'm just going to run through the Excel spreadsheet and show you what that's all about. So the Excel spreadsheet looks like this. It may look different across the computers because some of them have Excel, some of them don't, but you can still edit it just the same. So the structure of the sheet is like this. Every time you run a test, so every 15 minutes, you have to put in the date. Okay, your name, the time that you tested at, so the residence that you're testing in, so let's pretend I am in Delaware. And this slot right here is asking you the MAC address of the AP you're connected to. So to find this, what you got to do is you have to hold down on the Option Alt key on your keyboard. It's right next to the space bar. It's to the left and to the right. So you hold down on that and you click on the Wi-Fi symbol that's right up here. I don't think you'll be able to see it in the recording, but it's right here. And this BSSID value is what you're looking for. So you're going to write this down somewhere, take a picture of it, whatever. and then you have to copy it over into here. So let's just pretend I did that. And then that's about all for now until the testing commences. So let's go back here. As you can see, it's still running through the test. So okay, so now you'll be able to tell that the testing is finished for this round based on the fact that the page is loaded to YouTube and you can see this little guy in the Katalon test studio. It just means it's waiting 15 minutes until it runs again because the whole thing just runs in a loop. So you don't actually have to interact with it at all between testing runs. It just kind of runs automatically. So what we like you to do is between testing runs when it's finished is go to a separate browser, go to YouTube, and watch a video. Let's watch Susan Boyle.
There's no such thing as a perfect writer. This is why I use Grammarly to check my work.
Okay, so you're going to turn it up to the max quality, 1080p, preferably. You're going to load around in the video a little bit, see if it loads without any issues, see if there's any buffering, anything like that. It's looking like it's loading pretty good right now, so you can just skip ahead a little bit, see if there will be any issues. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Doesn't seem like we're having any issues with it, so that is one round of testing completed. And what's going to happen now is you're going to go back to your spreadsheets, which is over here. This is the spreadsheet that has the results in it. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see that based on the time, 15:21, that was about 5 minutes ago, so that was when the testing actually happened. We have all of our timing values for the software. So we'll pretend that there's one there because usually there is. You're going to take these, going to copy them, and then bring them over to the spreadsheet that we were working on. And all you got to do is paste the results right in. And at the bottom here, you are just putting in details about the YouTube video. So we were watching it on 1080p, and we didn't have any issues. So nothing to write there. And yeah, so that's a complete cycle of testing. So basically you just have one of those entered in for every 15-minute gap that the testing completes. And that's pretty much it. So when you're at the end of your shift and you want to go home, to stop the actual testing suite, what you do is you press the stop button, it'll close Firefox for you, and then you just close it like this. Make sure this guy is checked because that's what ensures that this whole thing is opened once again the next time you boot the program. So try to keep this checked, and you just exit, and you're good to go. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any problems with the way the testing occurs, if an error pops up inside Katalon or for some reason the testing is not working, feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text. I'm going to be running through the test once a week on my shift to ensure that nothing happens, but just due to updates that happen between Katalon and Firefox and the web pages themselves, sometimes errors come up. So just let me know if you guys are having any issues. I'll try my best to fix them, and we'll go from there.